I'm Dasha, and this is what I'm about. Hello, my lovely people. So, today, let me share a fascinating thought. A couple of years ago, I read a lot, okay? I read it everywhere. So if our brain remembers bad experiences much more than the good ones, how does this relate to our relationships? So I had to think about it. Back home when I was growing up with my grandma and my mother, my mom would always get upset about grandma forgetting to turn off the washing machine. Every single time she would get upset. And even then I was thinking, hold on, why? You're ruining your day by getting upset over one little stupid thing. And our grandma was already old. Of course she would forget. She would not think of these things anymore. So just turn the freaking machine off if it bothers you. I mean, my mom did stuff that bothered me. I don't know why. I mean, every morning when she would go off to work, she would leave everything open. Anything she was using, she left it open. And I had to go to school a little bit later, so I was like, seriously? Okay, fine. So I closed everything up. Where were we? I'm sorry, I got distracted by my family last time. So, nagging. My mother leaving everything open. There we were. So, with the painful memories, right? Let's say they're 100 times stronger. I don't remember the figure, I'm sorry. It was 100 or 1,000 times stronger. Something ridiculously big. So the whole day we are nagging, accusing each other of things, blaming each other. And the day is already, you can't save that anymore. So tomorrow, thinking back on that day, you go like, I don't want that again. So even if there's just one really bad thing, it's gonna stick there, even if the rest was great, right? So the question is, how much of the good do we need in comparison to the bad? So we have an overall impression that we had a good day and that we had a good year and that we had a good decade. You know where I'm going with this? I think it's quite clear, right? See, you could be doing so many positive things, but are we? Yeah, it's so easy to say, honey, you're beautiful, or to tell your man, you handsome, let me just bite you in the tummy. I can't keep my hands off you. You're just so damn, manly, and I want you now. And even if it's just a joke, but it's a positive joke, So yeah, jokes. Again, careful with jokes. I grew up in a country, Slovenia, for those who don't know. Slovenia and Germany, but Germans are much more serious. They will make jokes, but you hear in the tone, it's not a joke. In Slovenia, we joke all the time about everything. And it's very often in a derogative way, in a negative way. So yes, it's a joke in that moment. But if it's an insulting joke, as in making fun of you a little bit, but bit by bit by bit, that also accumulates negatively. Remember that first or second video that I did, and the first one, the fluffy one. And I mentioned that in Slovenia, when we talk to each other, we like to, play it up that we're smarter than the other, and we go like, you don't know what you're talking about. That seems like a joke and it's funny at the time, but over the time, it accumulates and you just get the impression you can never do anything right. Nothing is ever good enough. Now imagine if a woman does that to a man all the time, he feels that he's never good enough, and then he becomes like, and then he's not gonna tell you how beautiful you are. And the negative spiral there is very quick. And once it establishes itself, you're then just fighting for those points. Who's hurting whom more, just in order to get those self-esteem points back. But that's not what really happens. It happens in that moment that you feel better. Let's say you feel bad and you take it out on your partner, you insult, you blame, just, to feel better in that moment. And you will feel better for a second, 5 seconds, maybe that day, because you won the argument. Yeah. No, you lost the argument. No, you maybe won the argument, but you lost the love. You lost the chance to build your freaking relationship to something amazing, And you definitely guaranteed and won in the sense of ruining your relationship. I mean, it's a no-brainer once you start thinking about this like I do right now. So I think of that every day. And whenever I'm in a bad mood, I have my bad days too, right? Come on. I'm just human after all, And if I have a really bad day, especially during the corona crisis now, you're scared and money's tight and you don't know how you're gonna survive. Of course, you're bored out of your mind. I would just say to my husband, sorry, sweetie, just leave me today. Just let me binge watch Netflix and eat my crisps and just it's fine. Don't worry. Just go downstairs. Just leave me today. And he would, and I would be fine with that. But what if you can't get out of each other's way and you have to deal with each other because you have kids and you have to organize the day? I'm just saying, do your best not to be negative or come across crappy, or at least apologize in advance, as in, sorry, I don't have the energy today to actually say this nicer, but please don't take it personally. It's not you, it's me, just be patient with me, please. Help me, be my hero, be patient with me. Obviously, on one hand, it's just the behavior with each other, how nice we are, complimenting each other, helping each other in the household, both of us, right? And then obviously the intimacy, the physical intimacy. Are there enough kisses, hugs, whatever the love language is from someone? We usually give to someone else what works for us, and that's natural, that's normal, because we only know ourselves, right? We don't think that someone else might function completely differently. So it's important to give your partner exactly what he or she needs, even though to us it means nothing, but it means the world to them. Okay, so that's it. Just remember, any negative, painful memory is gonna stick in there like a and you need 100 or 1,000 times more of the good stuff in comparison to the bad, just to even things out, And if you want to have the overall general feeling that this is a fantastic relationship and it does really good, I would say you need much more even of the good stuff versus the bad stuff. So what's the solution? Stop doing the bad stuff. Just, develop those good habits that we talked about in the first video, in the fluffy video. I said good habits. Seriously, because bad habits seem easy every day, and it seems very difficult to make that effort to be patient with each other. But you know what? You get used to it. Those relationship muscles that we talked about last time, once they are developed, gets quite easy. It's not that hard. And long term, obviously, those shitty habits that we have with each other, they might be, coming out of laziness, and in that moment seem to be easier to just shout at each other and just, long term, you will end up in misery, in absolute abuse, pain, breakup. If you're married and kids, then the kids will suffer. If you had a house and you had money, you don't know how you're gonna end up financially. So it has huge consequences. For that one moment of victory in an argument versus, financial, emotional loss down the road, is it really worth it? So, remember Jonathan Robinson? His book, Communication Miracles for Couples? That's exactly what he says. Do you want to be right? Or do you want to be loved? It's that simple. Seriously, that's exactly what I remind myself every day. And if your values do not match up in general, and you can never agree on anything, and it's really a problem in your life, then maybe you're not right for each other. Right? So that's it for today. So, you know, the drill, subscribe, hit that notification button, go to my website, read articles if you like to read, or just wait for the next YouTube videos. I do have some cute Instagram posts if you want to check it out, and well, have fun with the subject, and I'm trying to have fun doing all this stuff. So have fun and see you next time.